All right. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining. Tonight, instead of our regular canyon skate night, we're actually going to switch it up just a little bit, and do some painting. So, tonight I'll be joined by Miguel. Miguel will be coming back. I think Miguel's going to be streaming at least weekly with us, whether that's every Tuesday, every Thursday, or however he can make it work. We're going to get Miguel in here. And then hopefully on the nights that Will can't come, Miguel will come, or vice versa. The nights that Miguel can't come, Will can come. And then also tonight we have Sploosh. We have Talon joining us. Miguel's running just a little bit behind. This is Talon's first paint night. And what are you painting?
I got this. Well, hold up to the camera real quick.
Yeah.
I got this Displacer Beast. Freaky looking thing.
Got these like barbed tentacle arms going off. But tonight I will be working on some Death Corps of Krieg. They are a 40k army, but they're exclusively a Forge World, which makes them two things. One, expensive, but two, all resin. And I hate working with resin. I hate it so much. But I love the Death Corps of Krieg. I had an army once of DKOK, and I never played with it ever, not once. They sat on my shelf. I had them like custom painted. I spent a lot of money on them. There's some guy from Russia painted them for me. It wasn't Russia. It was Ukraine. Got this difference. Yeah, found them on eBay, and I love this army because I don't know if you've seen these guys before, but they're like I'll show the camera as well. But yeah, they're like these World War One like trench guys, you know.
Those look sick.
I think they're awesome.
I like them.
Yeah, so I paid all this money to have this guy buy models for me and then paint them the way I wanted them. And I was spending a lot of money at that time in my life, so I had to sell some stuff. So I instantly just turned it around, found a buyer. Actually, a guy in Utah. I sold him it through eBay, and then he was like, "Hey, I see that your address is in Utah as well. You just want to meet up?" So he's somewhere here. It's got my old DKOK. But then I came across this collection from my friend Oliver, and he's getting out of it. And so I had some trade stuff. I didn't have to pay a penny for any of this. I did previously. I bought stuff, but traded him for all this great stuff. And so I kind of want to show it off before I kind of pick what I'm working on tonight. But let's see. I'm probably going to be working on this team, a heavy stubber team, and drilling out that cannon, adding some paint. These guys are already pre-primed, and I'll go over that in a second because that's actually important for resin models. Not the priming part, but how you get the prime on there. So I'm probably going to be working on him, but I kind of wanted to show off what I got because some of these guys are already painted and painted beautifully. So this is a Lehman Russ with a Forge World las cannon head. Very, very excited about this model. I want to get this painted up sometime. I have a squad of Scions. I love Scions. I think Scions are beautiful. I don't know exactly how they're going to fit into the army. I might just have to run them as, DKOK Elite Squad or something. But they got the gas masks in a way, so I thought that'd be fun. But yeah, I wanted to... Got some Bulgrins, and he painted up this Bulgrin. I wanted to show it off. Good job, Oliver. Did a nice job with shading and this nice mute green armor. And then I'm not sure if he painted these guys, but to show them off. He's got I doubt the camera would show, but they have this really, really dark green color. Mixes very nicely with the bronze, gold, and leather they got on these models. And then my favorite model is, I don't even know what he is. It's like a commissar or something. But just the, oh, sorry.
El Capitano.
El Capitan. But the glowing red plasma pistol and that rib cage, very, very well done. And the nice thing is I have a second one, unpainted, that I will get to paint. So, super excited about that. But yeah, there's about 12 to maybe 15 guys pre-painted, done. I have a lot of primed black models. I have a ton of infantry. You want lots of infantry in Astra Militarum. Let's see. I'm missing a piece. Oh well, I'll find that later. But lots of black primed models that I can start working with. But lots of resin still. There's a few reasons why I dislike resin. Resin creates very finely detailed models, which I'm grateful for with the Death Corps because they just absolutely stunning models. Just really great detail. However, a few upsets with resin being such as, let's see, I got some spilt super glue. And those fumes are not treating me nicely, so I got to spread that around real quick. That's funny because earlier you said that you liked the smell of super glue.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't bad.
It makes me a psycho.
It's like gas, like filling up gas at a gas station. I like that smell.
Yeah, that's not bad either.
But I can't stand super glue. I don't know why. Smell kills me. It just stings too. Can't believe you like that. With resin, working with them, getting them off the sprues is usually pretty hard and just annoying. They don't. It's very clunky, thick, brittle, not as bendy as plastic. So they don't bend, which is nice, but if you push too hard on something, which I don't know why, I have such a bad habit of doing that. I don't know what it is, but with my models, I want to know, like, is this club on his hand, you know, like, is it secure?
Yeah.
So I'll test it, you know?
And then it breaks.
And then it breaks, right. And so I do that all the time. And I can get away with it almost 100% of the time with plastic, because it's fine, because I can push down and it bends a little bit. Okay, I'm like, sweet, that's glued on. And I just barely, before I started the stream, I had to glue a gun back on to a guy because I did that very thing. Because I was like, is it on? It doesn't look like it's on, and I broke it. But before you prime resin models, and I didn't really know this actually. This is new information to me, and it makes a lot of sense. But you have to scrub it. There's a film that comes off the cast when resin comes out from its mold. And you gotta scrub it, just lightly wash it with a toothbrush. Really, I heard that it's really fine just to get like minimal amount of soap on paper towel and rub it down, so that the primer sticks to the model, which is funny because primer's used so that the paint sticks to the model. So now I'm using soap so the primer sticks to the model so that paint sticks to the model. So anyways, not super happy with resin at the moment, but I'm very happy to have these guys. So looking forward to playing these Death Corps of Krieg, and grateful to have them. Also grateful that usually all the DKOK I come across is pre-painted, which is okay, but I really like painting my own miniatures, so that's great. But yeah, so this is pre-primed, so I don't have to do all the extra work tonight, and that's why I decided to choose this model. And there's also work to be done on it, such as basing, and got to drill out this big stubber hole. And then from there, I'll either be moving on to like some Ogrins, maybe going back to Skaven and doing this plague launcher, catapult of blight. Gross. Love it though.
Everything gross is super sick.
Yeah, gross things are usually sometimes the most dynamic, like miniature models to work with.
Very true.
So it it can stick to, cause like that your dog thing.
Yeah.
I don't like that. There's a lot of like are you familiar with the Chaos Gods for Warhammer?
Mm-hmm.
So like Nurgle stuff. I love Nurgle.
Right.
I think the models are so cool and gross and just like tells a story, and that's fine. But for some reason, stuff like that, I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable. It's also like body horror stuff.
Yeah.
Can't do body horror. Never been into that.
Might sound like a sociopath, but like
No.
I think it's really cool.
Yeah, do you?
Yeah.
It's because the Thing. Have you ever seen the original Thing?
Yeah, I've seen the original, and then it was like 2012 remake. Both really good.
Yeah, one of my favorite movies, if not my favorite movie.
But you can't stand this thing?
Well,
I mean, the thing is freaky.
right, yeah. It's one of my favorite movies, but the monster just gets me every time. Even,
Yeah,
ugh.
I understand. The I think one of the freakiest parts, but one of my favorites from
Yeah.
the remake. I can't remember if it was in the old one or not, but I think it's when they chop off the things. When the thing is in like one of the humans, they like chop off his arm or whatever,
Uh-huh.
and his arm like the arm
Comes
like,
to life?
grows legs and
Yeah.
like climbs up on the dude's face.
Yep.
It's freaking wicked.
Not my favorite.
And then my mom walked in.
Oh, really?
No, I'm joking. Do you happen to have like a red wash? I couldn't seem to find it.
No, I don't have a red wash
But
actually.
I'm planning on maybe, depending on the shade of this red,
Uh-huh.
maybe mixing it up with some gray, making it just like a little bit darker.
Yeah, that would work. You could also, depending on what you're going for, the purple or Agrax Earthshade. Agrax is kind of a darker sepia. You could
Okay.
say tan or brown. So depending on what you're going for, those could work.
Okay.
Don't let the influence though.
And then I do have like this violet wash that I might do over the red tentacles.
Yeah.
Just to give it that
I
feel.
like that.
I think that'd be pretty cool.
Some gross, fleshy.
That's what I like about this, like just the concept of you can go whatever direction you want to
Yeah. So miniature painting should be. I mean, there's obviously like ways that they're intended to be painted, right? You know.
Right, like
From,
on the
like, the
box,
creator.
this guy's supposed to be like all black,
Right. But
which, you know,
that's the whole thing of like they come unpainted because they want you to
For a
like
reason.
yeah,
Yeah.
they want you to do what you will, you know.
because what's the point of like, you know, playing with an army that you don't like the look of?
Yes,
You know.
very true.
So,
go
I
ahead.
did notice that I did grab a gray wash and then just like a gray paint.
Yeah.
So, could I do this and then darken it with the gray wash?
So the contrast paints, this isn't necessarily true, but a way to think of it is they're in between an acrylic paint and a wash. They have properties of both. And so mixing it together, you're going to find that it's a little more runny than you're expecting, but not as runny as you'd want it to be with a wash.
Okay.
So you're still going to probably add some water with that.
Okay. So you thin out the paints before you use them?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So
Okay.
thin out all the acrylic paints. And what you're going for is, and I'll kind of show you. I'll show the stream as well. Let's see. Right. No. Oh man. Should have seen it last time. It was so hard to get it on point. Yeah. I'll switch you to palettes. We'll give you this palette. No. Sorry. Give me the red paint, and I'll just kind of hand this over to you. Come over here. So what you're looking for is for a shake pot is you don't want it to be runny to the point where it draws back on itself.
Okay.
But you also don't want it to have ridges.
Okay.
So you're going to put the paint down on your little palette.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get it water. And you usually want somewhere between 1 to 1 and then more going off.
Okay.
So this is too thick because
Yeah.
it's a goop, right? So then we just add more water. What we're going for, and it's naturally going to draw back a little bit because we're using a plastic surface instead of anything else.
Right.
That's why you spread it around and then you test in the middle. So this is getting pushed around pretty nicely. We don't want too many bubbles. But essentially, when I pull back, it's not creating ridges.
Right.
And we're also not getting inside here where it's coming together. Like if you were to use this cardboard, it sticks and it doesn't come back on itself. So this is actually probably the consistency you're kind of wanting. Because it's your base color, we're going to add just a little bit more water so it runs smoothly across everything. And then go ahead and go.
And then just gray wash it?
Yeah.
After it's applied?
Yeah.
And then,
or you can add gray to it now. And then
Okay.
Yeah. And then just every 1 to 2 minutes, make sure to wash out your brush to keep the brush live.
Okay.
And you'll be good. I'll throw this red back down to you.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah. For me, I'm actually... I might go against what you should normally do. And I'm probably going to put down a base real quick because it's such a largely spaced model. And we only got really one terrain piece back here. I don't want to start painting until I kind of know what my base looks like for these guys. So I'm going to put on this technical Astro Granite. Because they are in trench warfare, so they are just, there is nothing next to them. It is just all blown up bits of metal, wood,
People.
yeah, everything. So, gotta get your handy dandy mixing tool. For technical paints, there are just so many different ones that I can't just recommend one good tool to use. I would suggest figuring out what your paint does and how thick it is and how much moisture is in it. For example, like Valhalla and Blizzard doesn't have a whole lot of moisture to the paint, so you don't necessarily need a brush. Just kind of push something around. Actually, Citadel has a plastic tool. It's a flathead, flexible plastic like fiberglass tool. Push that out. For Astro Granite, it is fairly wet and dries. It's putty, you can kind of see. And so I'm just using, honestly, a sprue because I just need to get the glob. I'm not too worried about texturing it. Just getting the glob and putting it on my base. And I'll kind of push it around as I get more on there. But not too worried about using a specific tool. Definitely wouldn't use a brush for stuff like this or a typhus corrosion. There's just bits of stuff inside the paint here to make it a technical paint that you don't want to get those bits stuck in between the bristles of your brush. That would stink. So I'm just kind of moving this everywhere.
So should I just base coat this thing everywhere? Or, because I know there's points like the teeth and stuff that
Yeah.
accidentally hit.
Oh, that's fine because you can go back in
Because I can
and
just go
fix that.
over it with white.
Yeah. I would say be careful around places that you know aren't going to be that color. But besides that, you should be pretty good. Especially if you don't really know exactly what you're going for with the model yet. You're just trying to
I'm liking this color.
get going. Yeah.
What do you think?
I like it a lot.
That's a brutal red.
I would say, yeah, if you're not exactly sure, then just kind of go with the flow until the flow tells you what it wants.
The flow tells you what it wants.
Yeah, sometimes the flow speaks to you.
That's a poster. I need that in my room.
Patent pending.
So do you have any tips of like how to go in on these like hard to reach places? I'm just kind of like
Angles.
yeah.
So sometimes you have to hold the miniature in a really weird angle, like flip it upside down to get the right spot. Sometimes you have to go from the opposite way and brush it backwards to get like the underbelly.
Yeah, I went like underneath the whole thing to get like a back leg.
Over here, Miguel. Miguel Mora.
No problem.
How you doing, Miguel?
Dude, I'm good. Sorry I'm late.
You were fine and forgiven for today.
Oh. Let me see these deathcore.
Yeah, dude. So I already showed them off to this chat, but some of them are pre-painted, some of them are primed. I'm really excited. Was I telling you that I had a DKOK army before?
I feel like you did.
Well, I won't tell it again because I already told the stream, but this is my second time owning an army, but hopefully the first time that I'll be playing, because I didn't play with it at all the first time I owned it.
What color are you going to do them?
I'm probably just going to match their scheme. I might throw in a few muted blues, though. Not anywhere near the brightness that like the displayed models are online, you know, like they're blue and tan.
Right.
But probably just gonna keep with the scheme I got going with the models I inherited.
Dude, what did you have to trade for these?
So he wanted Chaos stuff, some Necron stuff. Yeah.
Necrons are sick.
Yeah. Do you like Necrons?
If I ever had an army, it would be a Necron army.
Well, I got plenty of Necron stuff you can play with sometime if you want to learn.
That would be cool.
Did you get all that stuff too?
Yeah. Well, the Ogrins and the Layman Russ.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool, very cool.
Very cool, Kanye. What are you working on today?
I am working on Zardak's Gits.
Oh, okay. It's a war band, right?
Yep. There are these goblin boys. And we will see if I don't mess up.
I don't mess up. So I'm just kind of splotching it on everywhere. Really not too worried if it gets on the coats, because I kind of want that anyways. Have like an immersive model that they're just drudged down this mud. Oh man, I love the Death Corpse of Krieg so much. In a way, I see them as like Nurgle models, because if you mess up or anything, it looks fine.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I thought you were saying they were kind of like Nurgle, and I was like,
You're like, no, they're
I'm gonna need an explanation.
not.
As a devout, what's it called, Nurgleite,
A Nurglite? Is that what you guys are called?
I have no idea. We are all just children of the plague father.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Talon, this is Miguel.
Nice to meet
Miguel.
you. Bro, you totally said Tanner. That's why
Yeah.
I was like, who's that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
because
looked at him like, I've known you for like 2 years.
so so
Wow.
well, because when I first met him and his friend group, they introduced him as Rusty.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, it's Rusty. So I put him in my phone as Rusty, and I've never ever referred to him as his real name until tonight.
I come to think of it, it's very true.
So I deeply apologize. Let's see. I'm gonna get here. Oh wow! Wow! Oh yeah, sorry. Let me get this out of your way.
Oh, you good? Just showing off your DKFK.
Yeah,
To cook.
to cook.
Evan, the more I paint this red on, the more I'm loving it.
Yeah, I'm really
It's
glad.
a really cool red.
It's it gets a little darker as it dries.
Yeah, I'm loving it. Looks really good.
You seem very speculative, I guess, of your model. What you thinking?
I don't know. Just thinking of what color to paint the metal bits. This is the only one. Well, this one and this one have a bit of metal.
Gold is always a solid choice.
That's what I want to do. But I don't want like a bright gold. I want like a lighter gold, almost like a bronze.
See why you do the base last.
You see why you did the base last?
Yeah,
because you just
painting these feet without hitting the base is impossible.
You just get. Just trying to find
Is
like
that
an
my
area.
dude? That's my dude.
Just trying to find an area where like we can both just kind of like place a model down so people can look at it.
I have no idea. I was gonna bring the big like Zarbag himself, but I don't like I didn't coat him well enough on the top. Because like on these models, you can see how like it's like you can see how it's brighter up here or more concentrated down here. But Zarbag looked weird because he was like white almost. So I was like, I'll just repaint him later.
Interesting. And that was on the prime.
What's that?
That was on the prime process.
No, it was just after this airbrush coat of this nice blue.
What do you think happened?
I don't know. Maybe I like. One of my thoughts is I tried to highlight it and then it ended up just being white. And I was like, that's not. We'll see if we can fix it or not. If not, it's whatever.
Okay, I just clipped a little. Let's see. I clipped this sprue so that it'd be kind of flat, so I can get in the spots of my model, push paint around. But how have you guys' week's been? What's been the latest?
I had an interview today. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, where at?
It's a financial advising position up in Salt Lake.
How'd it go?
It's like the first of like.
Multiple.
Yeah, the guy was like, yeah, you need like 3 or 4. And I was like, what? That's kind of intimidating.
It's what my friend had to do. Business world.
We'll see how it goes. Dude, I really hope
That you can what?
I'm really hoping this paint ends up working.
Is it like an older paint? Or?
No, it's the one I got like from here, but like somehow was like super water.
Oh yeah, then I told you to return it and you didn't.
Because they were all like that.
I remember this
It
conversation.
looks a little better. I have faith. Not a lot of it.
A lot of it.
In this. I have faith in other things. Do I really not have the right green? Oh, I really don't have the right green shade. That's what's up.
What green shade do you have?
It's the, what is it, like a Thonian camo shade?
I have
Beal Tan green.
I have Keolia.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's, that guy right there. Corner. The other one. Other corner. Other corner.
Oh, this one?
Uh-huh.
I don't know if that's the right one. Dude, I don't even know. Add growler. Yo, did Parker end up playing his game against Chris?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Chris won.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, Chris is a monster when it comes to 40K. I didn't really hear the details of the game, but yeah, Chris apparently whomped. Oops. Because Parker is playing Knights, and at low power levels, Knights are supposedly supposed to just be unfair and just lots of pain for the opponent. But Chris swiftly put him down, apparently.
Rip.
Parker, rest in peace. He's a good friend.
He's not dead. Not yet.
Not yet, at least.
I haven't been this focused in a long time.
Yeah, I'm glad. We always talk just about painting should be relaxing and fun.
False.
False.
It should be
Sometimes
stressful.
stressful. Sometimes it's so relaxing and nice that I forget that I have to talk because I'm on stream.
I think I often take it too seriously that I need to, like, paint well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. This false expectation that you have, that other people are putting on you, but it's really just in your head, you know?
Yeah. Especially with, like, what's it called? I think just the idea of, hey, I spent so much money on this,
Right.
therefore,
It must look good.
yeah. I think that's a really bad way to look at your hobby. And that you should be happy even if you're mediocre.
Yeah.
The only time you should feel bad about your hobby is if you're a douche. Then you should feel bad.
You're like a ice bucket challenge. You're like, I nominate all you douches out there. Start like rattling off names.
Wait, what?
You know, like the ice bucket challenge. Do you really not know what the ice bucket challenge is?
What?
What's that?
What?
I remember that name, but I don't remember what it is. Are you straight up using sprue right now to?
Yeah, dude. What?
I guess that
Just
works.
push it around, you know. I don't even know how to explain the ice bucket challenge. It was I forget the charity it was for, but they just like you could like nominate up to I don't know X amount of people. No one really followed it, but you just like you sit there in a chair and you'd be like, hey, this is the ice bucket challenge, and I nominate these people, and then some person would dump a bucket of ice water on your head. I don't know. That's about it. When I'm explaining it, it sounds like the dumbest thing ever.
Do you
No,
think,
I remember this.
Evan,
Yeah.
you think this is thin enough? Just like these couple strokes right here?
I think that might be a little too thin.
Okay.
'Cause-
Just a little bit more.
Yeah. So, because with the plastic, it's going to pull back, right? But when it's starting to pull back even in the middle of the paint, then that's just a little too much water.
Okay. Yeah, I see it.
Is there water in that cup?
Yeah, I brought water cups for you guys.
Heck yeah.
Got you.
Ross,
Yeah, that's my drink.
Donata.
Oh, I hope
No,
not. There's
no,
paint
no.
here.
Yeah, I know.
That's
Not
my drink.
Not that stops a lot of us hobbyists
Yeah, that's fair.
licking their paint brushes.
Hey, you're treading on thin water right now.
Dude, I do it too. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's probably better than me breathing in my airbrush fumes.
That's like the
And super
one.
glue?
And
Yeah.
super glue, yeah.
Dude, that Tamiya clear plastic glue. Holy cow! Every time I put it on, I like tuck my nose into my shirt. My wife's like, "What are you doing?"
What are you doing?
It smells, baby.
Oh, that. That also. That reminds me. I was talking to.
My wife.
No, the video, the stream about.
My wife.
No, Miguel. You're making me stop. I can't think of what I'm trying to say.
Because you're talking to his wife.
How much I hate working with. Resin, and one of them is you can't use that plastic glue. You can't
You gotta
melt.
use super glue.
Yeah, I hate it.
Dude, I'm surprised
so
he took
much.
on like, just because like, deathcore is an entirely Forge World
Oh gosh, right?
like army.
I just love them so much. I
just-
absolutely love. Like I love their lore. I love the way they look, and most like a lot of people love DKOK, but the common complaints I get is like, oh, like this is 40K, not World War I or stuff like that. And it's like, I get that, but like for me, I don't really mind. I love it.
I don't know that I've ever met anyone who didn't like the Death Corps.
Right? They're pretty widely loved army.
Suck up. No, I'm joking.
No, it really is. It's like, honestly, I think most players would play Death Corps of Krieg. It's just the money issue, you know?
It's cool, yeah.
Because
Far too expensive.
because
And it's a pain in the butt.
I heard Adeptus Mechanicus was super expensive, but they look awesome.
I think so. When new models come out, or an army that doesn't have a whole lot of models, it's supply and demand. And so when for a while, it was the same with like Ideneth Deepkin, which is an Age of Sigmar army. When those first came out, they were just much more expensive than a regular army because you couldn't buy your things on eBay. Yeah, you couldn't buy used, so you had to buy new, and you had to buy bulk new. People didn't give offers for trades, you know. It's just like when something's new. So
And they didn't have start collections,
right, exactly.
which is the only way GW ever gives you a discount. No offense, GW, please don't kill me.
And
They're always
yeah, so I'm really grateful that they got some Death Corps because I bet a lot of people are not happy with me at the moment.
Why?
Because they want my Death
because they
Corps.
didn't get it.
They want it, man. They want
Dude,
what
you
I
don't
got.
have any of the horsey boys. Did you get any of them?
No,
Bro.
but I don't know if I'll ever buy those. They're so expensive. I gotta focus on finishing these guys, and then I'll move on to the next.
That's what I tell myself.
Say it again.
That's what I tell myself.
Yeah, I mean, it's all good in practice what I just said. Let's see if I follow up.
Doubt it. Just last week, you were like, I'm not going to invest in
Hey, Miguel, my boy. Shush.
Well, I'm just saying.
I didn't invest in these guys. I traded for them.
Oh, and you finished painting your Grey Knights, right?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, I still have like a few Terminators I need to get done, but I have like almost 2,000 points worth of painted models, so I am feeling good about them. Just gonna let them sit for a while. So again, just the idea of, you know, here I'm gonna rephrase the way I say this. They're not like Nurgle. They're like building Nurgle. Where just like I'm finding bits and I'm just gonna throw it on their base. Or like I have this. I feel like the DKOK are pretty kit bashable, which I enjoy. But what are you folks at home doing? Guys working on any special projects?
How do you know how many people are here?
It tells you. What was that?
Evan.
Oh, that was my lip.
The whole army just gone.
The whole army just evaporates.
That's what I thought it was.
It tells you on the on Twitch how many streamers you got.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, no, I messed up. I didn't glue it. Okay. So, can you pass me some napkin, Talon?
No.
Oh, please.
Just the whole thing, or
Nah, just rip me off a little bit.
Can I actually get some too?
you guys divvy,
I'll take that.
and then I'll make it just
That's all you need?
Yeah, I just need to wipe off some of
What are you
this.
gluing on there?
Just like a bit. I'm gonna have it sit like that, like the gun goes over it. But I accidentally put it in the material instead of gluing it. fix that.
Does that not work?
It works, but I mean, it's just more likely to break off. This paint's not necessarily the most sturdy. So we're gonna. I just hate the angle of this camera. It's probably a lot better.
Do you know if Parker came in yesterday?
Yeah, he did. Why? Okay. What?
What did he end up doing?
I don't remember.
We still need to play Commander.
Yeah, we do. Oh, did you not come in yesterday?
No. I don't know that I'll be able to come in twice a week, because my wife wants time.
So you are thinking about stopping Mondays and just coming in for stream nights?
I don't know. Or I might just like switch it up. I'll figure it out. Stream nights are good though because it makes me paint. Forces me to paint things.
I'm just wiping away this gunk because I want to actually glue this bit onto my guy. I'm going to have it sit like that so the gun's kind of over the lip or the edge. It's going to look cool. I also don't want it to break off, so I'm just going to scrape off kind of this top layer of plastic and then use plastic glue to have it sit. Actually, kind of tricky because I put stuff all over the base. But yeah, we're gonna make this all gunked up in a stylish way.
Yeah, you know what I really want to paint up?
What's that?
I really want to paint up a dreadnought.
You want to paint up a dread?
Yeah.
Like a big one, OG.
Yeah, I did like a big one, like a Forge World one almost.
Oh, really?
They're just so expensive.
Are you gonna put it in your White Scars army?
Maybe.
What's your plan for your White Scars? Like, do you have a battle line, battle list you're going for?
I need like 9 bikes.
Okay.
I need a con on bike. Is it con or con?
I say con.
Okay.
Just like, our cons.
So yeah, I need a con on bike as the warlord. I might run a Judiciar. He's one of the new models from Indomitus.
I was gonna say I don't know what that is.
He's the weird one with like the half-on cloak.
Oh.
But super cool. He had like an hourglass.
Your time's up.
White Scars are the guys with the wolves, right?
No, those are actually Space Wolves. White Scars are... They're... How would you say?
Asians in space.
Yeah.
They're Mongolians, pretty much.
Oh, word.
Yeah. Because their leaders are called Khans.
Cool.
So we got some cultural appropriation in games. We need that diversity, you know?
We do.
The Emperor had 3 non-Caucasian sons.
Was it oh shoot, Iron Warriors.
Perturabo?
Perturabo?
He's white.
No, he's Hispanic.
No.
Yeah.
How? Also, why are
He's
Hispanics the bad guys?
What? What? You are creating words that I never said.
Perturabo is a bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's Hispanic.
Yeah,
Why are
but
Hispanics bad guys?
that doesn't mean
I'm not
that
making anything up. That's what you said.
I'm not saying Hispanics are bad guys.
Evan, you're treading very
Just
thin right here.
Judge. Is he really Hispanic? I don't think so.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, he is.
Dude, all his pictures look way Caucasian.
Google.
Yeah, I'm gonna look him up right now. Also, kind of name's Perturabo. Like, he's perturbed. Also, that guy can no longer see.
Yeah, you can. Look at that. Line of sight.
Oh, I see. I thought he was looking straight at this thing. I was like,
That guy can no
No.
longer
I
see.
mean, I don't know how much they can see to begin with their
Their
gas masks. They don't need to see.
Hey,
All they need to see is a shovel.
hey, Roy. If you could start a counter of times that Miguel accuses Evan of being something that he isn't, but let's just start that right
Just
now.
one. I didn't accuse you of being anything.
Accuse me of being racist.
No, I just said, why are Hispanics the bad guys?
I never said they were.
I never said that you said that, though.
Oh, are you just saying the Hispanics are bad guys?
No, I'm saying, how come Hispanics are the bad guys in 40K?
I'm not in this conversation.
I'm not saying you said that. You didn't create the lore.
Wait, so who
Everybody's the
who
bad
else
guy.
are non-Caucasian sons?
Vulcan,
Okay, Vulcan, yeah.
Jagati Khan,
Yes.
and Magnus.
Oh, what's Magnus?
He's red.
Well, stop. I was like thinking of like actual.
Oh, like an ethnicity?
Yeah, 'cause
Probably
I-
like Egyptian.
Because I'm pretty sure.
That's like the theme of the Thousand Suns.
Oh shit! What's I can't think of his name. Conrad Cruz is French inspired.
It's still Caucasian.
I didn't say well.
Oh.
I'm trying to say that like they
Is
made
he
it.
really?
Yeah, they made an effort to kind of like
I thought he was inspired by like Washington State.
Washington State.
Because there's no sunlight there.
Because there's no sunlight in Washington
Dude,
State.
Conrad Kurz went traitor because he had a vitamin D deficiency.
Oh my gosh. I love it. I absolutely love it. Had a violence.
Also, he was so sad.
He was.
What a sad boy.
And he didn't want to be sad. He wanted the emperor to love him.
What?
Yeah, it's a sad story. I had to stop reading because it was a little too graphic for me. But there's a Conrad Cruz book.
I'm pretty sure it's Kurz. It's Conrad Kurz.
Oh, it's Kurz. My bad.
Conrad Kurz.
Conrad
It rolls
Cruz.
off the tongue nice.
Brother to Tom. Also Scientologist.
Also a Scientologist. Did you know Tom Cruise isn't a Scientologist anymore?
Really?
Yeah, it was like a few years ago. He stopped because his daughter wanted him to, I think is what he said.
That's good.
That's good.
I mean, I don't understand it. So, I mean, as long as he's happy. I'm pro happiness. Unless murder makes you happy, in which case you deserve to be sad.
Miguel is all up here tonight with the things to say. I like it. Usually Parker's the one who has to. I have to tell him to watch what he says.
It's true. Wait, why is it so sad? You never even told me the story.
Oh, because he's got his like tower that they all, him and his legion live in on their dark world. And the night that he is going to get assassinated, he can see the future, so he knows he's going to get assassinated and doesn't do anything to try to stop it.
Yeah, dude.
Because he's just like, my time's come and I'm done.
I'm sad.
And then, so he makes... I have to say this in a way where like it's PG-13. But he makes like a mutilated statue of his dad, of the emperor, like in the middle of his room, and talks to it, and
It's so weird.
it is just like kind of like begging for a response and like to be talked back to.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Anyways, was not my favorite read, so I stopped. I'm sure it's a good book, but it was too much for me.
I might have to start reading these books. That sounds cool.
Yeah, no, I was expecting them to be kind of like kiddie and also like poorly written. Not the case. Not the case.
They're just 40K war books.
Yeah, we got actually a ton. It's called the Black Library. And funny thing is,
It's not black.
no. The funny thing is, the Black Library is a part of the lore. Not necessarily like the books themselves, but in the 40K universe, there's an army called the Harley Quinns, and
Yeah.
they are the protectors of the Black Library, or the owners. And so, and it holds like secrets, past stories, ancient technology, stuff like that.
The Harlequins are like the clown-looking things, right?
Yeah.
They're the darkest Eldar.
They're not. They're good guys. Sometimes. I thought
Nobody in 40K is a good guy.
Well, yeah.
As far as I understand, I've never looked into it.
Vulcan's okay.
Vulcan's an okay guy.
What?
I mean, they all want world domination. Or universe domination.
You're gonna sit there and tell me Vulcan's not a good guy.
I'm just saying.
That's racist.
That
That's a 2 on that count.
I've heard the salamanders.
That's a tune like that. Thanks.
They're not always great.
Sorry, can you say that again?
I've heard the salamanders aren't always great.
Salamanders are cool though.
But for the most part, I think they mostly try to look out for the civilians and whatnot.
But their color scheme also sucks.
I've seen some people do it tastefully, but yeah, I'm not a huge fan either.
They're the green guys, right?
Yeah. Bright green.
Like stick out like a sore thumb green.
Yeah.
Pretty much. None of them really, like... It's like a testament to the Space Marines' cockiness is none of them try to be subtle in their
No,
colors.
yeah. Like maybe the Raven Guard, but even then.
Yeah, well, yeah, the Raven Guard, the Iron Hands. They're just black with silver lining. Definitely not the Ultramarines.
No. I don't blame the White Scars.
They're just so fast.
They're so
They
fast.
don't need camouflage. Speed is their camouflage.
Speed is my language. Did you ever see? I'm kind of sorry. We've been talking and not showing off anything. I need to get better.
Dude, my guys look like
Cameras just
Smurfs
zoomed in too
now.
much. They do look like Smurfs at the moment. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm gonna start painting though.
I don't know what we're talking about. We're like, it's talking about how speed is their camouflage.
Oh, did you ever see Tom Cruise's?
Mission Impossible.
No, the samurai one. The last.
The Last Samurai.
Yeah, did you ever see that?
Top 5 movies.
Hey, do you hate that one?
No, I've never seen it. He
Oh,
just said top 5
oh, I
movies.
thought you said. Oh, I thought you were like no,
Oh,
like
I was saying-
disgusted.
No, I was
no.
saying, oh no, I haven't seen it.
I actually really like that movie.
Such a good movie.
I might do like a successor chapter for the White Scars,
Okay.
or just like make one up, so I don't have to paint them white.
Because aren't they technically? If I remember correctly, the White Scars don't have successor chapters. They have like their followers, like clans.
Oh really? Dude, I don't
If I
know.
remember correctly, it's kind of like the Space Wolves.
Space Wolves.
It doesn't make sense because I thought there weren't supposed to be like full legions anymore.
I mean, they're still waiting for their Primark to get back.
Petty, what do we do? Fight. Where is Lehman?
Layman Russ?
Yeah.
I think he's dead.
I'm gonna pound.
Is he not? I thought the Executioner is done.
Base coat is finished.
Executioner's a real douche.
Yeah, he is.
It causes a lot of problems.
Love it. Is that it with the shade?
No, this is just the red.
I want to
I've
see it
just
when you
been-
got the shade on.
Red looks sweet. Did we talk about like favorite Primarks last week?
No, we always kind of touch on like some Primarks, but
Do you have a favorite one?
do I have a favorite Primark?
Yeah.
Not really.
Are the Primarks Horde?
Huh?
Are the Primarks the demon guys? Or...
No. So the Primarks are the leaders of the Space Marine
Oh, cool.
chapters and legions. 9 of them went traitor, 9 stayed loyalist. I mean, you can fudge those numbers a little bit depending on how you look at the lore. But
12 might have gone traitor. That's why they don't even exist anymore.
um,
I think it's pretty certain that the Space Wolves got rid of one of them.
well, so
Yeah.
2 are like eradicated from like lore, you know. But one of those might be Omegon, right?
Why? Wait, why? Like he just has his own?
No, well, because it's twins. Alfarius and Omegon.
Right, so you're saying Omegon had his own legion, and then they were like, we're gonna kill them all.
that way? How do you mean? No. Kind of like there were only supposed to be X amount of legions, but one legion had 2 leaders, Omegon and Alphonse. Not like they had their own legions, but they ruled it together. Right. Under like the name of espionage.
Do you have any like soap, or do I just kind of soak it and then?
Yeah, soak it, run it around. If can I see it? That is quite caked on. Yeah.
Oops.
No, you're good. Yeah, just try.
I'll buy you a new one.
No, you're good. Just try to brush it like every 1 to 2 minutes. Just kind of get it cleaned. Essentially, just try to get it back to like how it was beforehand. Mm-hmm. Red paints and brown paints are just gonna naturally dye the bristles a little bit, but. Turn it upside down.
Do you have a least favorite Primark?
Oh, sorry, right. I think my least favorite Primark, probably Sanguinius.
How dare you say that?
I hate Sanguinius.
Why?
He's just such. He's like. So I like Captain America now, but I used to hate Captain America because it's just like he had no character to him. He was just like
Captain America.
Classic poster story of like.
I never liked Captain America.
You know, rough bringing up, nerdy guy, and then turns into like the Boy Scout, do good always type of figure, right? Now I like Captain America, you know, for different reasons and whatnot. He's grown on me, and his character development in the MCU is great, right?
You just like him because he picked up the hammer.
No. But that's the same with like Sanguinius. It's like there's nothing special about Sanguinius. He's just like a whining, perfect boy that gets what he wants and is daddy's favorite for no reason.
But he's not the favorite.
Okay. They're all his favorite. Like
no. Horace is legitimately his favorite.
Right,
son.
but also like Gilman, you know, like when he goes and talks to like the dead emperor's body and stuff, and
nobody like
Conrad apparently was once under the impression that he was the emperor's favorite, but then he wasn't meeting expectation. He always fought with that thing. I'd say my favorite Primark. It used to be Horus. Horus used to be my favorite, and I still really like Horus. But I don't know. I don't know if I really like the Primarks, to be all that honest. I don't know. I don't think I have a favorite one. Pretty much.
I fixed your brush. It's not caked on anymore.
Hey, good. Thank you.
Got you. I was gonna drive down to Hobby Lobby
No.
quick.
You're fine.
Do you guys have brushes here?
Yeah, we have
If I
brushes.
wanted to pick some up.
Yeah, there's Citadel brushes we got here. I'll kind of show you around after. What about you? Favorite Primark?
I don't really have one favorite, but I have a couple that I think are cool.
Talk.
I definitely think Jagati Khan is cool. Just because he doesn't have a whole lot of lore to him, but he's just kind of like, I brought a bike.
I'm on a bike, man.
I got swords on my bike. I think that's cool. I think Vulcan's cool. We got little torture boy. Sad. Or went out for Vulcan. I think Magnus is super cool. I think he has a tragic story, but what can you do?
I mean, maybe Magus did do something wrong. You never know, right?
But he didn't. I mean, he did kind of open like a portal and demons came in.
Right.
But,
I mean,
you know,
just a little bit.
That was an
it
accident.
wasn't on purpose.
So how do I approach washes? And should I paint the teeth and the spikes and stuff before I wash?
No, you can do that after. And you also don't have to put the wash on those parts of the body. With
Right.
the wash, you don't have to water it down. Most of the time I don't.
You just slap it?
Just be selective with how much is being put on. You don't want it to pool too much in like recesses or in like dips of a cape or something.
Right.
So just go slow with it. The nice thing is you're not putting on an opaque color, so you can always kind of take back with your thumb or a dry brush. Washes are relatively just nice to work with. you'll kind of get the hang of it after a few strokes.
I think I'll just go with the purple wash because I think the purple on the tentacles would be cool. But like I think this red's dark enough to where I don't have to gray wash.
Okay, I like that.
The gray wash still might be looking cool on it, but I'll see after I do the purple if I want the red darker.
Yeah.
I'm just making excuses not to go underneath and into these crevices again.
Yeah, sometimes getting those hard spots can kind of ruin a paint night for you. But that's why I always say batch painting is really nice. So if you have like a squad of 5 to 10 people, instead of trying to finish one model and then go into the next, you do all the capes and then you do all the chest plates, you know, stuff like that.
I'm thinking I'm gonna have to hold up these tentacles as I do the wash. So I
You
don't
think so?
touch the body. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of tricky, but not
I
terrible.
just go from the end of the tentacle and pull and like go down, you know, and like
Yeah, that'd
quote
be
unquote
better.
layers.
Yeah. Do you just do one like base coat layer and then one wash layer?
There's not necessarily like a process or a rule to it. It all depends on what I'm going for, the hue, how bright, how dark, all that stuff.
Okay. Guess there's only one way to find out. You just gotta hop in and do it.
You just got to go for it.
Shia LaBeouf it.
Shia LaBeouf it.
Do you put the wash on your palette and then use it, or do you just go straight from the bottle?
I do, unless I know exactly what I'm doing, what I want, and what I need. I go from the pot, but if you don't have a clear idea, always just go from the palette. That way you can have the most control and access over your paint.
Oh, that's gonna be perfect. That's a good color.
Sorry, I don't know why we're all so intensely, yeah,
So close.
I'm trying to maybe be more attentive and say things. Sorry, Ron.
Did you see the preview for the new Death Guard model?
No, I did not.
You got a Lord of Virulence.
Oh, what?
Virulence?
Oh, what? Show me, if you can.
On Koro.
I'm painting off screen. I'm just putting this nice ashen gray, or sorry, dark reaper on my guy's coat and just kind of everything. And then I'm going to go in with a green wash to really darken it up and then also bring it together and kind of hopefully match the dark bluish green that the pre-painted minis have. Make sure it's kind of a cohesive army. Talon, what does a normal day for you look like? See that? I love that. He's big too. He's like bigger than a Terminator. Go ahead.
Wake up, get like a little pre-meal in, go boxing, and then eat, get some work done around the house. If I have any side projects, I'll do those. Any free time, I just do like some Netflix and some gaming.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then I work on the weekends. And so that's kind of where that time's spent, is the weekends are all devoted to work.
What's the game you're playing right now?
I started up Outer Worlds, and that is really fun.
What is Outer Worlds? I don't know that I'm familiar.
So like, kind of in the style of Skyrim and Fallout.
Uh-huh.
It's like that, but like like planet, space. I won't say it's like a post-apocalyptic style.
Okay.
But it's like in the gameplay style RPG of Fallout and Skyrim.
Interesting.
So it's really fun. I'm like an hour into it, and I've been making like a sniper build.
Okay.
It's like a sneaky guy that takes him out.
Do you usually play sneaky guys?
Always. Always the thief.
I know that for a long time, no matter how hard I tried, like with my Skyrim characters, they'd always end up being archers.
Right?
It's just the easiest and funnest way to play it.
Or my joke is, no matter how hard you try to just make a warrior or just a mage, you're always going to make a battle mage.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? It was on the Xbox conference. Did you see that new game that's being made by Oblivion?
No, what's...
It's called Avowed. Oblivion are the people that made Outer Worlds.
Okay.
And it's more towards a medieval style game.
Oh,
and
cool.
it looks insane. So I'm really excited for that.
I know you played For Honor for a while.
Yeah, I did.
Do you still, or...?
A little bit. Since I got the computer, I've been kind of shunning out the Xbox games for a little bit.
Right.
I still play Madden here and there, but...
So I've never been into the sports gaming side.
Yeah, neither have I, except just Madden every year is kind of the tradition with me and my cousins. And
That's fair.
so we get some Madden going.
Were you much of a video gamer, Miguel?
Yeah. I'm currently thinking of picking up a PlayStation on Black Friday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What, any PlayStation specific games you're looking to play?
Yeah, so I haven't played like any of the really good ones that came out with the PS4. So like God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, The Last of Us.
I hear Horizon Zero Dawn is amazing.
I'm playing it on PC as well, and it is fantastic.
So just stuff like that. But I have a Switch that I use mainly for like party games and stuff like that. So
Very good choice for party game.
play Overcooked with my wife, but she doesn't love it.
Overcooked is sick.
She doesn't love it?
No, she hates how angry it makes her
Oh,
and how like tense it gets.
yeah.
But if you like Overcooked and you want like a not as like you don't want to lose your friends,
Okay.
you could play I think it's called Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time.
Oh, that's a great game.
So I recently got that because it was half off. And I'm going to try introducing it to my wife. Like, look, we don't have to kill each other.
The Lovers in the Dangerous Space Time, we first played with 4 people, you know. And it was great and fun, but honestly, it's more fun to have 3 because then you have to like communicate, like scramble around. Like it was fun with 4 people, but there's just not that like scary like are we manning the right thing, you know?
Yeah, Overcooked was like that even with 4 people, and then when you had 2, it was like
Impossible.
buckle up. Yeah, so I've been there's that. And I have a bunch of like indie games on my Switch.
Okay.
So I don't know if you heard of a game called Celeste. Celeste is really cool.
Yeah, I know Celeste.
Enter the Gungeon.
Enter the Gungeon's a great one.
What else am I playing? That's kind of it. I thought about like trying to get better at Smash Bros, and then I was like, nah, it takes too long.
Yeah.
I'll just be trash. I'll just spam with.
Spam.
Like, I'm a decent party player, but I'm
Yeah.
like just not like if someone actually studies the game, plays the game like even semi competitively, like I would just get wrecked.
Right, fair enough.
So if I accidentally put wash on a part that I didn't want, could I just go over it with my base color again?
Yeah, you could. Or if it's still wet, just use your thumb and wipe it off.
Too late for that.
Sweet.
And then if I wanted to get like more of a purple color, do I just do a wash coat again?
Yeah, keep it going.
Because that's not as dark as I would like it, but I can see it.
Yeah.
I think I'll do that. Save the touch-ups for after that.
What about you, Evan? What are you playing?
Nothing as far as one player. I really want, because I've yet to finish Mass Effect 3. And so I really want to finish Mass Effect 3.
Right.
I was playing Fallout 4. Now, if I ever play a one-person game, I'm back to Skyrim, to be honest. I'm one of those guys that just keeps on playing on repeat.
It's a solid game.
But as far as like when I'm actually playing, because that's what my friends are playing, just Warzone, Call of Duty.
Is that the newest one?
Yeah. Although they're coming out with a new one, unfortunately.
Looks so cool.
I mean, they're always going to come out with new ones.
I know.
It's a yearly thing, Evan.
I just don't want to buy the new one so I can have people to play with. Like,
So they are trying to pull some wicked things with the new one.
how do you mean?
So it's weird that like they have different packages. Obviously, you know, like they have the collectors, the deluxe, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then included and then separate from those packs are if you get it for PS4 and you want to upgrade it, or if you get it from Xbox and then you upgrade it to the next gen.
Okay.
It's super skewed in the pricing and everything. It's kind of weird to explain. You'd have to look it up if you want like, a good layout of it.
Okay.
It's just like they're not like offering, you know, like they're cutting back on the software for like the lower gen when the lower gen can handle it.
Oh, kind of forcing you to buy
you to
the
upgrade.
upgrade?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, that's not kind.
I've never been crazy into Call of Duty, but that new one looks really cool. I kind of stopped playing after Black Ops 2.
Same.
Me and my friends we just really like the Battle Royale of Apex.
Apex.
Dude, Apex was sick.
And so when Warzone came out and could play 4 people, that was the big attraction.
Dude, you
for
might as well
me.
just play Fortnite.
Oh no, don't even.
Dude, why not?
I cannot stand Fortnite.
Because you suck.
I've tried it out now that I got the computer, because I've always wanted to play it. And
Yeah.
So I thought it'd be a good like shooter game to go into for PC.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
I get so bored. 'Cause
Yeah, Fortnite is-
the reason I liked Call of Duty was because like I'm just gonna kill stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to think. I don't want to strategize. I don't want to look for people. I just want them to.
Be there.
Yeah. But my first 2 matches solo on Fortnite, I won.
No way.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I was like, what the frick is this? What kind of game is this where I can win?
Where I can win. I'm trying to get back into reading.
Me as well.
Seems like it should just be an easy, like, okay, if you want to do it, but it's not.
You just go pick up a Black Library book.
No, I'm reading Brandon Sanderson, so I know exactly
Very
what
good.
I want to read.
That's why it's hard. Books are so long.
Brandon Sanderson is fantastic.
Yes, big fan.
Which one are you reading?
I'm still on the Way of Kings. Haven't finished it yet.
Book is so long.
I've had it for I don't know 6 years. Still haven't finished it. It's not his fault. Definitely my fault. But
If you like that style, then you might be interested in some like Rick Riordan.
is that Name of the Wind?
No, that's Percy Jackson.
Did you say Percy Jackson?
Yeah, Rick Riordan wrote Percy Jackson.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant that the guy who wrote Percy Jackson wrote Name of the Wind. I was like,
No.
there's no way.
No, that's Patrick Rothfuss.
That's right.
So I was reading Name of the Wind.
But yeah, he does like the Greek mythology with Percy, and then he has Egyptian and Norse mythology with some of his other
Right. The
series.
red triangle or
Yeah,
eye.
the Red Pyramid.
Red.
The Red Triangle. That's what it should be called. It's a pretty decent book. I'm trying to get back into the Stephen King novels that I always read.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I always wanted to read Dark Tower because I hear that's a
Dark Tower's
fantastic book
ridiculous.
series. You ridiculous how?
I read like 2 chapters and I was like, put it down, finish it, and then I'm going back to it.
Wait, what? I'm
It's
confused.
like, it's super, you need to like deep dive into it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. At least for me. I like couldn't read multiple things while reading it.
Oh, do you read multiple books at a time?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Can't do that.
I cannot do that. No, there's no way.
That's skill. Call that
That's how I got.
processing power.
That's how I got
I
4
don't
terms worth of book reports done in a month. It was awesome.
That sounds awful.
Did you ever watch the movie, the Black Tower movie?
The Dark Tower? No,
The Dark Tower.
I heard.
Okay,
I
don't.
heard it's awful. So,
My boy Idris deserves better roles, Hollywood.
also Matthew McConaughey. Like they had 2 great names, and then
Yeah, but he has good movies.
no, he does.
Like Idris Elba, like
Oh, he's a good actor, but you're saying he doesn't get good roles?
yeah, like they need to give him better roles. Like his best role is Heimdall in Thor. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's not like a
The main.
yeah, and it's not like none of those guys are gonna win a award. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the MCU is great because it's the MCU, not because they're great actors.
Throwing shade over here.
I mean, we have some great actors. I say
Tom
Robert Downey
Holland
Jr., Tom Holland, Chadwick Boseman,
Chadwick
Rip,
Boseman,
but he was a great Black Panther.
rest in peace.
Forever Black Panther. Won't accept another one. Although I am interested to see what they're gonna do.
Yeah, who's the next Black Panther? I don't think they can do another one.
Shuri. But I thought there was already works for Black Panther 2.
Is there?
Yeah. I wouldn't be mad if it was just like his sister, his girlfriend, and Okoye. Just the 3 of them in a movie.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
if
that'd
his
be
sister became Black Panther, I think that'd be awesome.
That'd be cool.
Okay, here's a thought.
Okay.
Did you see Endgame?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember there's the scene when Peter gets like drop kicked into hell and he's just like on the ground with the glove and he's like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
And like
Captain
Marvel takes it and it's like it suddenly shows off all the female superheroes.
Yeah.
And people were like really upset about that. How did you feel about that?
I thought it was fine. I think I understand why people thought it was unnecessary. Of like, I don't like, it doesn't bother me. So like, I don't really have an opinion, you
Right.
know. But I understand when people are like, they don't do that with the men of the Marvel universe. Like some people say, like, oh yeah, they do like all like like these lead roles, but it's not that they're men. It's just that it has nothing to do with them being men. And so to have them like force that on the opposite side bothered some people, which I can see. I've also heard arguments of like, oh, they don't like it because they don't like female strong roles. And speaking personally, I disagree with that because like Jyn Erso, badass, love her, so cool. Black Widow, awesome, love it.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I don't like Black Widow.
No, you don't like Black Widow?
No, I think her and Hawkeye are my least favorite Avengers. Because they're like cool, but I'm like,
okay, but like, what's a pistol gonna do against?
Like, what do you do?
You know,
it's like,
I get you.
why were you hired?
What were you hired?
How did you get past the first set of interviews?
I mean, Black Widow and Avengers was just something for Holt to go crazy on. I mean, personally, she didn't really do much.
I guess the only thing I feel about it is like we don't need an all-female scene to make females cool. Like females are cool because they're cool, right?
Like let them fight with.
Yeah, let them fight with everyone. Like it almost in a way made it seem like they were less because they put that scene in.
I see that.
Like it's like it was almost like they're saying, hey, like you guys don't get limelight, or like you guys aren't cool enough to stand alone, so we're gonna put you all together to make a cool female scene. It's like like it's kind of weird. Like
it was kind of out of nowhere too.
Yeah, I would have much rather had seen Captain Marvel being a badass with Iron Man at the same time. Like I don't know. Sometimes when they do that, I feel it actually hurts it rather than help it. Anyways.
I like that. I just hate Captain Marvel.
I do too.
I just feel like her actress isn't very good.
Brie Larson.
Yeah. And the haircut wasn't the best.
The haircut was weird. Like it was like the female bowl cut.
Actually, I'm pretty sure I can't say that. I don't know, but from what I've seen in the comics, she has short hair. I think.
Yeah, but in the comics, she just has a mohawk.
Oh, I guess I'm.
It's not like
I can't see.
It's not
I can't
like,
visualize it right now. What the difference is? Yeah.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. My wife and I were talking about strong roles like for women because we're watching Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh yes.
She's never seen it before.
So
I was like, we're at the part where they. I wonder if I should be concerned about spoilers. The show's
spoiler
been out
effect for Full Metal Alchemist.
It's been out for like 20 years, so if you haven't seen it, I'm probably not the first person that spoiled it. Right?
Oh, actually, no spoilers.
What?
So I'm rewatching it.
You've already seen it, though. It's not a spoiler.
I don't remember any of it. I watched it when I was like 12, dude.
Dude, where are you at?
Episode 5.
Bro. Correct. But anyway, there's a lot of strong female leads in that show.
Right. Well, I'm actually watching Hannibal right now. Yeah.
How's that going?
Oh my gosh, love it. I loved it the first time. I didn't watch season 3 because my older brother said that he had heard that it wasn't a good season, and I went strictly off that. Come to find out that it's one of people's favorite seasons. So now I'm like, okay, well, I got to rewatch this thing. For those at home, know this before you just turn this off and go watch Hannibal. Big disclaimer: it eats people. It is very graphic. It is a graphic show. I will not claim sainthood for watching that show. It is definitely a guilty pleasure.
The man eats other people.
Well, that's actually like the least of it. It really is.
How is that the least of it?
No, it
it's
is
named Hannibal.
No, you'd have to watch it to understand that is the least of it. Like it is refreshing when we have scenes of Hannibal cooking. Oh my gosh, it really is. Like it, and that's why I'm geeking out, and I should not geek out about the show because it is one of those shows where I'm like I feel guilty that I do. I feel guilty that I like the show.
Like Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Although I haven't watched that yet.
I've never seen.
I want to watch it, but the last season is apparently terrible.
Yeah, I feel like I can't get into shows that end poorly.
Right. Yeah.
Because I'm like, I know already that it's gonna suck in the end.
Yeah, so you're setting yourself up for disappointment.
Yeah.
So it's like, I bet those first 7 seasons are awesome. I bet they are, but I can't watch good stuff with knowing that it's going to end poorly. I'm right there with you. But yeah, no, it's honestly the show's genius because every episode, I forget what this type of storytelling is, but it's where there's an overarching theme and story that's being told, and that's like in the background of every episode, but the forefront of every episode is like there's a different murder
thing.
every time. What I don't know what that's called in
So it's
storytelling.
like episodic, where I don't have to, like, I can watch any episode, and that episode will make sense.
No, that's different. That'd be like Friends or The Office. This is like there's definitely a continuous story, and that's like 50% of the episode is like this continuous story, but the other 50% of the episode is like there's a different murderer every episode that's not Hannibal. So, a little spoiler, the show doesn't start just like Silence of the Lambs where Hannibal is in prison. This is like an origin story.
So this is pre-Silence of the Lambs.
Pre-Silence of the Lambs. I actually don't know that it goes into Silence of the Lambs because I haven't seen season 3 yet. But yeah,
But he still eats people.
Oh, for sure. But like it again, it's done in this ingenious way where like I like Hannibal. I like his character. I think Mads. Yeah, I think Mads does a fantastic job at playing Hannibal.
Oh, because he's your favorite actor.
Oh,
right?
he is one of my favorite actors for sure. And he became my favorite actor because of Hannibal. But the story bases around Will Graham. He's your main protagonist, and he has a lot of mental health issues.
Is he a cop?
He is a private investigator. He teaches at the FBI. Teaches classes on serial killers and like how their brain works. And then Jack Crawford, who's played by I know his name. I'm so sorry. I disrespect Morpheus. Oh, what's his name?
Lawrence.
Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne. Allow me to geek out. I'm sorry. I love this one. Lots of big names too. Hires Will to be like, hey, we've got some weird things that we can't explain. Like, I want your insight. Like, you know how serial.
And this guy's played by who? Will is played by who?
I actually don't know the actor's name.
But he's a main character.
Yeah, he's the main character. And so, yeah, the story kind of goes along.
Wait, he's the main character?
He is the main character.
Main character is not Hannibal.
No, I would say Hannibal is the second main character.
Okay.
Yeah, like, it's very much focused around
what Will is doing.
Yes, it's the relationship between Will and Hannibal Lecter. Because Hannibal is Will's...
brother.
Therapist. It's a great show. You need to watch it. It's fantastic.
He's his what?
Therapist. Yeah.
Interesting.
But
I need to watch this.
No one knows that Hannibal is Hannibal. Because Hannibal is just such a... Imagine like Dracula, like...
Just sociopath.
Yeah, just very, very charming, very pleasant, very intellectual, very manipulative, and just as the show goes on, why I say it's brilliant is because even though Hannibal is this, evil, murderous person,
he's also helping someone through a mental...
Yes, I can't say things to spoil things, but essentially, yes, he does good things. He's also very charming, and every episode, the main, bad thing that's going on is a new murderer for the episode who's doing something much more vile than Hannibal eating a person. And so, yeah, no, it's a very mature show. But what I'm to give you insight, the episode, and it's not a spoiler. This is mature for a second. Maybe don't even put this in the. We only got one viewer. I'm pretty sure it's Roy recording this anyways. Yeah. So if this is too graphic, then definitely we can take it out of the YouTube video. But essentially, right now, the episode that I just watched, this guy has a mental illness, and he is scared of dying in his sleep. And so he murders people, and then essentially tears off their back flaps and hooks them up in a apartment or a hotel bedroom, and then ties their hands together to make them look like angels. So they're praying over him as he sleeps. And then the next day he finds new people to do that too. So he makes angels out of these dead bodies that out of people he kills.
You can't just use the same one over again.
I don't know.
It seems wasteful.
Yeah,
That would be a good story.
and so like, it's gross, it's creepy, it's weird. You don't approve of it, and Hannibal's helping the FBI catch this person and put them away, right?
How?
Because they use Hannibal as a kind of PI as well. Also because he's like directly helping Will with his mental illness. They kind of become a hand-in-hand team, you know. So Will and Hannibal show up to scene and help the FBI find these serial murderers, you know.
It's like the Blacklist.
Yes, a little bit,
in that sense.
except they don't know that Hannibal's evil.
Right.
And yeah, so it's just like the show almost like tricks you into loving Hannibal, because they're like, yeah, Hannibal's this bad guy, but look at this murder. It's crazy. They really paint home this. The worst one in my mind is some guy wants to make an iris, like a pupil and iris, inside one of those like corn silos, you know? And so he collects different shades, hues of people to be different parts of the iris. So like he'll have like black people be the pupil, and then he'll have like mocha people being like, you know, the lines in the eyes, and then like white people being like a highlight and stuff. And so he has all these dead people curled up together to make this picture of an iris. Yeah, it's disturbing, it's gross, it's weird, and you want this guy to get caught, right? And so you're rooting for Hannibal and Will to get the guy, and so you end up rooting for Hannibal, who's bad. It really is a genius show, and I feel bad that I like it and I can't do anything about it. It's just kind of the nature of the beast. So, highly recommend that show, but with a grain of salt and a watchful eye.
It's fair.
So, welcome back to the stream. If that was a big cut that Roy took out, we were talking about a show that had some graphic details, so we had maybe cut this out. But right now, I'm working on these guys. Already the base is pretty dry. If I were to push hard on it, this would crumble. Or smush. Also, if I were to get it too wet with another paint, then it'd probably break down that dried surface and mix in. So I'm not going to paint the base at all. But I'm going to continue with these sandbags, shovel, the DKOK's most favorite weapon, and then the guys, and then probably make that turret a lot different. I don't like the green used here, so I'm going to completely change that green. But these guys are really blue. So how we're going to fix that is we're going to use a green shade. Where is that green shade? Are you done with that?
This one?
Yeah.
No. Found it. Colia green shade. Because this is more of a teal. Actually, I'd say turquoise. I've always... don't necessarily know that this is true, but turquoise to me is blue with green, and teal is green with blue. So if you think like seafoam is more a green with a blue rather than a blue with a green, if that makes sense at all. Perfect, yeah, just put this shade all over the blue areas that I painted. It's going to not only darken up our guy, but add detail, and also get rid of one layer of color. After this, I'm going to shade with probably Nuln Oil. And then after that, I might even go for an Agrax. Lots of shading on these guys. Make them look dirty, dark. It's going to be great. Where are you in the process, Miguel?
I'm still base coating the skin on these guys, so I've got 3 of them done. So
It's like straight on for the lens.
So we are working on it. They look really flat right now, but hopefully once we get some color and some definition on the robes, we'll be able to they'll pop out a little more. So right now they look real flat. So that's something you wanna try and create is depth.
How's your D&D model going?
It is going fantastic. This guy's coming together like I wanted him to.
Got some purple tentacles I can see.
Got my
Love it.
purple wash going on. This is my 4th coat of it. Trying to get that deep purple color. It's mixing really well with the red base coat.
Yeah.
So it's like this fleshy kind of purple tone.
Yeah.
I like it. Kind of what I wanted to go for, just besides the recommendation on the box, is it kind of looked like the tentacles were already part of the dog.
Okay.
And so kind of what I'm going for is like the tentacles weren't there to begin
Beforehand, yeah. So
it's kind of a separate piece of the hound.
Yeah, growing out of it
Mm-hmm.
rather than being a part of it.
Like a separate darkness type thing.
I like that.
You played D&D recently?
Last session I had of D&D was probably a month ago. How about you?
We played on Saturday.
Oh, that's awesome. Were you DMing?
Yes.
Is it a homebrew?
Yes. Yep. They are currently in a city that has been taken control of by some demons. And now the demons are hunting for a temple, because there's like a war going on between pantheons.
Okay.
To see who's going to be like the actual gods.
Mm-hmm.
And so the players all kind of align themselves with one pantheon, but they're like chief god or captain, whatever, has been kidnapped. And so they're trying to find him / find reinforcements for like the eventual war that's going to happen.
Yeah.
So they're in this city, but they don't know if the demons are searching for like an old temple to this god they've kidnapped to try and destroy it, so he has less of a chance of coming back.
Oh, okay.
So they've been doing some espionage. I have a Loxodon.
Yeah.
One of my players is an elephant, cleric of the forge, and so she's entering a like smithing competition being put on by the city.
Okay.
She's been crafting a shield for another player, and then they're all getting magical tattoos.
What does that mean?
So in D&D, you can pay to get a magical tattoo. It's like a spell.
Okay.
And so the people that they're currently staying with own a tattoo shop, and that's their like front for being part of like this revolution to get rid of the demons.
Yeah.
And so they're like, well, can we get tattoos?
That's cool.
Yeah.
The campaign I'm a part of is run by Bridger Burt, if you ever met him. And he's running a homebrew as well, but I joined in just barely, but their world building and their campaign essentially has been going for the past like 3 years, right? It's insane.
Same characters or just the same world?
I think
Different
2
characters
of
in the
them
same world?
are same characters.
For
Someone's
3 years?
Yeah,
That's pretty
crazy,
good.
right?
You gotta beef up those monsters a lot.
Yeah.
D&D has levels written out for that long?
It's a homebrew.
Oh, okay, cool. That makes a lot more sense.
Oh, so I guess it's it's always up to your DM in the campaign. I mean, I bet you could run what's the Dungeon of the Mad Mage with all the levels.
Oh yeah.
I bet you could run that for a long time.
Yep. I think our campaign has been going for 2 years now.
2 years.
Yeah, about 2 years. Just over 2 years.
That's where you met your wife. Is the same campaign?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my coworkers invited her. No, one of her coworkers, who was one of my friends and players, invited her.
The rest is history.
Yep.
Or to be determined, rather.
But we also have a player who also DMs. So like he plays in my campaign and I play in his.
Oh, cool. You
But-
take turns?
Yeah. But he is DMing a different game called Stars Without Number, which is kind of like D&D, but it's sci-fi, so it's in space.
Okay.
And like combat is not as prevalent. So kind of sucks because I really like combat,
Yeah.
but it's been fun.
Diplomat.
It's more of like a story-driven campaign.
Yeah. But I'm a weaponsmith, so my story is I need people to. But like my character, every time I get paid for like a job, I'm like, okay, I'm off to buy paraphernalia. And so like right now we're getting ready to like rob a bank. We're like helping this other group that we've done a job with. So like we're robbing a bank that's like from the hierarchy. So it's like rich people money.
Yeah.
Like, it's like bad people money. But we're hitting up this like giant bank. So we're like who's gonna take what role? What are we gonna do? Let's see. I'm not even going in the bank. I'm covering from the outside.
Oh,
If
really?
something goes south.
And you go pew pew.
So hopefully something goes south. Or not, because someone could die. Whatever. Such is the nature of role-playing games. That just reminds me of Shrek.
Yeah.
When the guy's like, some of you may die, but that is a risk that
I am willing to take. Lord Farquaad.
Lord Farquaad.
Yeah, it's been fun.
I'm not gonna lie, I've never seen Shrek.
What? Really?
It's a good one. I like it a lot.
I haven't seen a lot of childhood classics.
Me either. My wife gets on to me a lot for it. She's like, "You've never seen this?" I'm like, no, I don't mean to be rude, but that's for white people.
That's for white people.
Like I went to, excuse me, I went to her house once, and her mom was like, "You've never seen The Sound of Music?" I was like, "No, like that's just not something brown people watch."
That's interesting. Why? Why is that?
It was boring. It was
It's
probably
boring?
not in Spanish. It's just not a Spanish classic.
That's fair.
Have you seen The Sound of Music?
Oh yeah.
You can attest.
It was a long time ago. I remember not liking it as a kid, but enjoying it as I grew up. My mom and dad tried to show us like classics. Yeah, like culture classics and whatnot.
Yeah. My thing was her mom was like, "Okay, you need to sit down and watch it." And then she was like watching it with us, and then she left in the middle, and I was like,
Oh
"Why
my
do I
gosh,
have
you
to
totally
sit-"
told me about that. I
I was
forgot.
like, "Why do I have to sit through this?
If you don't, why do I?
It's not good enough to keep your attention."
You need brownie points.
I should probably get my brownie points with my mother-in-law. I don't know that I have one. I don't think she dislikes me, but I just don't think I have brownie points.
You don't think
Dad
she likes
always
you?
says brownie points.
No. I don't think she dislikes me, but I don't really think I have like any brownie points.
I see. Sorry, you're saying your dad what? Talon?
What?
You said your dad brownie points what?
The most important.
Are the most important thing?
Yeah, you always go for brownie points. Wherever you can get them. I am digging this purple. That looks sick.
My brother-in-law is on his mission like next week.
What does he? Where's he going?
So he got assigned in Chile,
Okay.
but you know, coronavirus. So does not have a passport yet.
You're the only other person I know who says Chile correctly. My dad was served in Chile.
Because I'm brown.
And I don't know why it bothers me so much when people say Chile.
Chile.
Chili.
That just shows that you have no other brown friends. If I'm the only other person that pronounces it correctly besides your dad.
3 on that tally counter.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm not saying he's racist. I'm just saying he doesn't have very many colored friends.
4.
These aren't implications. These are truths.
I have some.
Just
Hard
like you
in
have some.
Utah. I'd say in Utah, it's mostly white and Hispanic.
Your friends?
No,
Or
I'd
the
say
kind of-
the populace.
Oh, okay.
friends?
I was like,
There's not a whole lot of other ethnicities represented in Utah, which I find is interesting. It's really weird. Especially hit when I went to BYU, and I was like, everyone's white. Like, this is. I felt so weird. So I was like, oh, I thought this was supposed to be like the school of diversity. Not true.
do you know Provo is the least diverse city in the country?
Really? Is it
Yes.
just predominantly white?
Yes.
That's awful.
It's so interesting. There's a lot of Mexican food though. I've been exploring it.
Oh, have you? What you found to be your favorite? Mine is Maria Bonita's.
I've never been there.
It's fantastic. I love
Is it a sit-down place?
Uh-huh.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking like street food.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Like I got the munchies. And I'm just gonna go grab some.
Go grab a taco like
Don Joaquin's.
Don Joaquin's is what I was.
So
gonna
Don
say.
Joaquin's
Insanely good.
second best tacos recently got beat out by a
By?
place that's like across the street. You know the Wendy's like across the street from Don Joaquin's?
Yeah.
There's a taco truck next to it called like Tacos El Siete Macho. It's like you'll see it. It's like right next to Wendy's. And there's
Okay.
like a little red hut, like
Yeah.
a little red barn house almost. So it's there. It was like the best carnita tacos I ever had.
Really?
And they're fat. Like
If they beat Don Joaquin's, I might have to go get them to try.
like they are kind of expensive because they're like $3.50 each.
Mm-hmm.
But from each taco, I like split it into two because it comes double tortilla. So you just take one tortilla off, take half the meat, put it on, and it's still overflowing.
Oh,
Like
wow.
I still can't like grip the taco.
Yeah,
I have
yeah,
to
yeah.
hold it from the bottom because I can't grip it from the top. It's
That's
too full.
awesome.
It's so good. And they're like buy two get one free. So you get 6 tacos for like $7.
And you're like, don't mind if I do.
Yeah, I was like, can I have 2 tacos? And she's like, do you want a free one? I was like, man, why you even gotta ask?
No, I can't even ask.
You already know.
Alright, what should I tackle next? Because I know I have like
Here,
highlights, like
I want to show it off.
do it. It's still a little wet from the last coat on the tentacles.
This is what Talon's working on.
Them displacer beasts.
Look at that.
I think it's turning out pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's turned out great.
Thank you.
I don't know. What are you feeling?
So I think I want to finish off the tentacles.
Okay.
So I'll do like the teeth on the end of them.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I want to add like a little blood splatter on there.
You should.
Possibly. I think I need to now. I mean the way this thing's looking right now. But then like, do I just like take the shade of red that I had and mix it with white for like the inside of the ears and like the gums and
Yeah.
stuff like that?
Yeah, absolutely. You could do that.
And then do you have a
there's-
smaller brush for those fine
Yes.
pieces? Thank you. Holy mackerel. That's tiny.
Very tiny.
It's cool.
I'm trying to think of other. I mean, that, and then you could also highlight with brighter colors, like this brighter red, like this. You could just use that. Like a almost orange could be for like edge highlighting at like the very tips of things.
Because I have like this fleshy white that I was gonna use for the teeth.
Okay.
I just don't know if I want to mix that with. I guess I can always just mix it and try it out, see how it looks.
Also, I have brighter whites if you're looking for that.
Because like the inside of the ear is just kind of the point that I'm trying to hit.
Trying to get my.
And then like brighter white for the teeth. Or I might keep them like a little darker. Like that kind of shape.
Yeah. I think either way that could look really good.
Because this thing isn't going to have perfect teeth.
I would imagine a displacer beast would not. Alright, we're going to go now for some lead belcher, or rather some dark silver. Shake this up a lot.
Oh, that's a great color.
Whoa, you shook it up alright.
Did shake it up.
Just threw that
Shake
across
it
the
up.
table. Alright, we're going to go for the shovel and the gun. When I get down.
Who sings that song?
That's a good question.
These are all songs I remember because my dad would listen to them. And I listened to them when I was young, and I really like them. But I'm like, who sings this?
Who sings this?
My dad's the reason that my favorite artist of all time is Billy Joel.
Oh, really?
Billy Joel's fantastic.
I've seen him in concert twice.
Really?
Yeah, I saw him once by myself because my friends. It was another friend's birthday was coming up, and we got tickets to go see the Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then everyone was like, "Oh, we can't afford to go see Billy Joel." So I was like, "Man, it kind of sucks." So I thought about it, and I was like, "I'm not gonna miss Billy Joel just because they're poor."
Right. Because they're poor.
Which isn't actually like, I'm not being classist.
No,
like,
I know.
we're like in the same financial situation.
I know, you're just making a joke.
I just like. I mean, like, most of them were married and stuff, so they had, like, other responsibilities financially. But I was not married yet, so I could go see Billy Joel. So I remember driving to Salt Lake, never been to a concert in Salt Lake before. I don't even know that I'd really been in the city before then, all that much. I had to, like, I parked my car in some hotels, like, parking, like, garage and paid, like, $7. And I decided to walk, like, a mile to get to the venue, and I sat behind the stage, and behind the stage they actually had these like drapes that they projected him on, so I couldn't see him at all.
Oh, really?
I still had a blast, just because this is like my favorite artist of all time.
Yeah.
And like I actually got to see him, and then I remember leaving, and like I parked really far away, and being like, "Am I gonna get stabbed?"
I saw Paul McCartney in Salt Lake as well, and that was just, we were up in the,
See the Beautiful
Back.
Soul guy?
huh?
See the guy that sings Beautiful Soul?
Paul McCartney?
I'm just kidding.
Okay, I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't know how to look at you,
I was
Miguel.
like rethinking my life.
Paul McCartney is a Beatle, right?
Can you stop?
No, I'm being serious. Is he a Beatle?
Yeah,
Was he
yeah,
great?
uh-huh.
I'm not the biggest Beatle fan.
Okay, that's fine.
So I was just making sure I knew who you were talking about.
It's still don't know how I feel about you right now, but yeah, no, he's a Beatle. He is.
What does he do by
he's honestly
himself,
the
though?
Beatle. Well, he released a lot by himself actually. Probably most popular at the moment is "Live or Let Die." You know, "Live or Let Die."
That was Paul McCartney?
Yeah, dude, he wrote it for the James Bond movies.
That was not what?
Dude, that is not Paul McCartney.
That's Guns N'
That's
Roses.
Guns N' Roses, dude.
No,
What are you talking about?
That is no way, dude.
No, look it up. Look it up.
There's
Look it up.
no
Look it
way.
up.
Did
Whatever.
Guns N' Roses do a cover?
Huh?
Did Guns N' Roses do a cover?
I guess they did a cover, or
Dude.
maybe Paul did a cover. I'm almost 1,000%
gosh.
sure that it's Paul McCartney.
I'm like pretty sure that's Axl Rose singing that song.
It is Paul McCartney with
Yeah.
wings.
Yeah, Wings.
Dude,
Huh.
this is my life is a lie.
What?
But Guns N' Roses also sings it.
They probably did a cover.
How do we know Paul McCartney didn't cover the Guns N' Roses song?
We got internet on that same phone.
Your Wi-Fi spotty.
Yeah, our Wi-Fi's not that way.
Yo, you see all the new Necron stuff that came out though?
Yeah, too much. They have too much love. I'm joking. It's honestly good that a Xenos army is getting love right now. Yeah, no, Paul McCartney is, I'm not the biggest Paul McCartney fan. Like, I respect him and I think he's great. And I think that's kind of my point, is that, like, even if you don't like Paul McCartney, I think you just, like, respect the dude. Like, he's done so much, and
He wrote it, yeah. Composer is Paul McCartney.
yeah, there you go.
Interesting.
And my mom and
Crazy.
older sister are mega Beatle fans.
I get a lot of flack because I do not think they're that good.
That's fine.
I respect people who like them, but I personally can't listen to them for very long.
My dad's not the biggest fan.
Same with like in the hip hop community, like rest in peace. But I don't think Tupac is that good.
Fair enough.
I mean, I will rest in peace. 100% agree. Just not my style. Like, I can see for people, you know, liking him and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
I've heard more people be like, I liked what he stood for and like the movement
Yeah,
and stuff that he
for sure.
you know, he did, rather than his music.
Hip hop is like one of my favorite genres of music.
Do you like any like recent artists?
Yeah, my favorite right now is probably Run the Jewels. They did the theme song for Black Panther for the trailer.
That's a good song.
What is? Is it Oh Mama? Is that the name of the song?
Which one?
The one
Are you still on Paul McCartney?
Huh?
Are you still on Paul McCartney?
No.
Is it one of the Beatles?
No, I'm talking about the one with the jewels.
Oh, Mama? You mean?
The one that Rick and Morty had like a little cool video of.
Rick and Morty.
I know what you're talking about.
Pretty sure it's called Oh Mama.
I've seen like 2 Rick and Morty episodes. They were fantastic nonetheless, but I won't say them all.
Right.
Oh, Mama, you said? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's one.
Was it this one?
Yeah. It's a great song. Explicit, so.
It's not explicit.
I know, it's explicit.
No, it's not. It doesn't say so.
No, I know, but it is.
It's on Rick and Morty.
It's very explicit.
I think all of their songs are.
I got a long way to go with my DKOK. I forgot just how much detail the models have. Like, I'm just so used to batch painting the tabletop ready, but these guys won't look good tabletop ready because of their extra detail. They'll look sloppy because the detail has been filled in. These guys are going to take a long time, and that's okay. But just got to make sure not to get overwhelmed. Let's see how these Smurfs are doing.
They be smurfing.
They be smurfing. I love the fishnet.
Yeah, these guys are good. I gotta pick a color for my squigs because the warband comes with 2 squigs also.
You're not just going to do the red and oranges? No.
I might do them like It's like a fuchsia, like a bright pink.
Oh, that's awesome.
We'll see though. And then I need the leader guy. Oh, that was really stuck in my head.
It's a good song.
Dude, I want to play Warhammer again, but I don't know how I feel about playing Strangers.
Strangers?
Yeah, because like my next match is like against someone I've never played before.
You'll do fine.
Hope he's not mean.
We don't want mean
It's
players.
me.
It's you.
I'm probably gonna find out that I'm cheating. Find out like
Yeah, those battle cards from 8th edition that you've been using like aren't okay.
But they are. They're still in our codex until like when the new one comes out in a couple months.
Just let me enjoy my life.
I thought that was interesting. If they're like, and we have new codexes. 3 of them are for Space Marines.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
I don't know.
But big ups if you are a Blood Angels player, a Space Wolves player, or I'm sorry, but I can't remember what the other
Dark
faction-
Angels.
Dark Angels player. No, that wasn't them. It wasn't them, was it?
I thought you were just naming the top 3.
No, it was the ones actually getting a new codex.
I haven't looked. What color scheme? Who are they?
The Death Guard are getting a new codex.
Okay. Emperor's Children, Thousand Sons,
No, dude, none of them. They all suck.
Imperial Fists,
Definitely don't suck.
Raven Guard,
No,
Iron Hands.
dude, I feel really bad.
Black
The blue
Templar.
fellas.
Ultramarines, yeah.
Yeah, they are. But they're
Well,
they're,
yeah,
they're just Space
they
Marines.
just get whatever.
Yeah, but Space Marines and Necrons, their new codex comes out next month, and then before the year is over, gosh, I go all the way to the bottom because we're not important. Blood Angels, Space Wolves, Death Watch.
Oh, good. My cousin plays Death Watch. He's waiting for that codex to come out.
Maybe they'll stop sucking. Not your cousin, the Death Watch. Because it doesn't really make sense that this like elite, like the most elite unit of Space Marines is somehow not as good as the individual Space Marine like chapters they come from.
It confuses the Death Watch players as well.
Because like you're supposed to be best of the best special operations, and somehow you still get
They're not.
your butt kicked by like the other. I don't know. GW, fix your stuff.
You listen to trouble to GW.
Why are we getting in trouble?
I don't know.
It's like not just us. It is the community.
But I
Crying.
know, but we're streaming in
A million whales of
a million whales.
propaganda.
All of a sudden, silenced at one moment. So
That's why I'm building white scars, so I can feel special that GW is making stuff for me. Also, if you're in the stream and you want to sell your white scars like bikes, you should let me know.
hit Miguel up.
I will offer you very low amounts of money.
Miguel up front.
Oh, baby.
Per usual, Evan fashion, forgot to take a break at 8:30.
Bro.
So we'll probably be stopping our stream at 9:30 tonight. So we got about 15
Time
minutes.
It does.
When you're painting. I think I made the right choice on this bonish white color because that looks sweet.
Yeah.
That looks cool. like
I need to touch up the gums on the teeth, but like those tentacles.
Yeah,
look
no,
gnarly.
that is looking good actually.
Man, I miss feeling proud about something. This is
I'm
good.
glad we could help you
This is very good.
because it is good.
It is a process. I think the most important thing is just to remember it. Like it's not done until it's done. If that makes sense.
Right.
Right. It's not done until you.
We're going. Yeah, we're going for finished, not perfect.
Yeah. So don't worry about what it looks like. Because right now these guys look like butt. And
And
when
so
they're
do mine.
finished, they'll still look a little like butt, but less than that.
Mine will probably still look like butt, but
Bro, just take credit for the ones that like look good, and then all the other ones say, "Oh, I bought them," and they can't.
see that's why I even did the chat so that keep myself accountable. I can't claim those painted ones,
They don't know. They won't know.
They won't know. No one watches this.
So
It's not true. We got viewers.
No, we do got viewers, and we're very, very happy and thankful for you guys. So thank you, keeping us going.
Giving us reasons to paint
That's right.
and end the tide of gray.
We even got the Sploosh here with us.
the sploosh.
We got Sploosh.
That is me.
Viewer turned to the streamer.
It's possible. Anyone can do it. Starting from the bottom.
Now I'm here at
So should I do like the base coat color mixed with the bone gray for the gums, or should I just do like a lighter shade of red?
I would actually go for a different color.
Okay.
So that way it doesn't mix it in. So like maybe even go for like a pink and then go a wash on top of that pink, you know? To like,
Right.
because you don't want the gums to look like skin, you know?
Right.
Man, why are these guys' hands so big?
The gobos?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Their hands are huge. Look at his hand.
Are they really?
Dude, that's how gobos
It's like
be.
the size of his face. Then some. I gotta paint these models. My wife said she would play Underworlds with me.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's your incentive. I like that.
I just gotta practice because we've been playing Harry Potter Battle recently. I've just been kicking my trash.
Is that a
Every
board
single
game?
game. Yeah.
Cool.
It's like a deck building game where you build it in game. Normally the original one you played against the game, where you were like Harry Potter characters battling the villains.
Kind of like legendary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But in this version, it's just a duel. So it's just you and one other person playing against each other. My wife she's like, I just go for synergy, and I'm like, yeah.
Teach you.
I'm like, and when I try to do what she does, it just doesn't work. I just like she just does something else, and it's just better. I'm like, this game's stupid. Let's play Magic. See how you do.
Let's play Magic and see how you do. You're like, that's something I know I can beat you at.
So it would be like a slightly lighter shade of this one.
You got pink in
honestly,
here?
I would go for either Wild Rider. I would go for a Wild Rider because you're gonna wash it.
Cool. Wash it with the gray.
Yeah.
The ears are gonna look spectacular.
Yes. That's what I like to hear.
And I mean, I could do like the toes maybe, or around the tentacles where the teeth are.
Yeah.
Kind of so it's not like in one spot.
Well, and it's also gonna create a sense of cohesion as multiple parts are
Cohesion
kind of the same color.
in Cambria.
Cohesion in Cambria.
Have you ever heard Coheed and Cambria?
Yeah, I only know 2 songs, but I do
I only
like
know
those
like
2
the
songs.
one. They're like Welcome Home song.
Yeah, there's Coming Home, and then The Suffering is one that I really liked as a teenager.
You know, because my friend is likes that angsty boy music.
Uh huh.
Appreciate it too sometimes. Not to the level that he does or my sister does. My sister though, if you ever want like new like styles of rock to listen to, she comes up with the weirdest stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the other day she texted me and she's like, yo, have you ever heard of pirate metal? And I was like,
No, I sure haven't.
so
It's
she
interesting.
So she sends me the song and I'm like, yeah, that's pirate metal.
Yo ho, yo ho.
Dude, you'd be surprised, but pretty much. She likes German metal.
Is that like Rammstein?
Yeah, we went to go see him in Chicago for her birthday.
Oh, right
The lead singer is like a certified pyrotechnician,
He's sick.
so he makes all the fireworks for the shows.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he has like this cage, not a cage, but like this outfit he steps into that like shoots fireworks out and it makes him look like an angel, and then he just like it gets pulled up, and I'm like,
Whoa.
bro, you are on fire.
We are living in America. I think my favorite one is Du hast.
Yeah, that's
Classic.
everyone's like.
Du hast mich.
Do you know what that song's like translates to in English?
I'm pretty sure it's kind of bad, huh? Is that
Well,
true?
like like the main
You have,
line, like the
you have
Du
me.
hast.
Yeah.
It's like I heard like it was like
You
asked me to marry you, and I said no. I don't know.
I took German in high school. I don't know enough.
I think that's what my mom told me it meant. Just
It's like my
check me out.
my sister, or not my sister. My wife took French in high school.
Uh-huh.
So every time I hear something in French, I'm like, "What does that mean?" And she didn't take like a lot, but
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
like, "You speak French?
And she's like, I don't know.
You went to Paris?
You went to Petty?
She really wants to go back." And I'm like, "Why do I want to go to Paris?" She's like, I was like, "Babe, I want to travel for the food, and maybe eating bland food.
Snails.
Like, there are no spices in Paris. They don't even
No
have peanut
spices.
butter.
Where to be cheats?
They don't have peanut butter in France?
No, you can get almond butter, but you can't get peanut butter.
Almond butter's fire.
Why?
I like me some
I
almond
don't
butter.
know. Because we're American. No one else eats peanut butter.
Is that real?
Yeah, we invented it here.
What? People don't have peanut butter?
No, why would
That's
we?
so weird.
People have jam.
Probably. To put on the cheese.
Okay, jam and cheese is actually really good.
Yeah. Goat cheese, especially. I'm a little converted to the French. Just their bread and their pastries.
Just their bread.
I'm all about that baguettes.
The bag.
Just so I can make meatballs. That's not French, but kinda. It's French Italian.
French Italian?
Yeah.
All these new lingo words I'm learning tonight.
Because Italian people make meatballs. Or created meatballs. Maybe? I don't know what they made, but I'm gonna give them credit. And then French people make the best baguettes. There's a couple in our ward who just had a baby. I was talking to my wife and I was like, someone posted and said if like people in the ward can bring them food, I feel like we should bring them food. But I said it like that
Uh-huh.
because I was like, I know it's the right thing to do. We should probably do it. So I'm gonna make them a meatball sub casserole.
A meatball sub casserole? What's that look like?
So you take like 2 baguettes, right?
Uh-huh.
And you cut, or just any bread that's like has like a crust on like the tops. It's kind of crunchy,
Okay.
and you slice them in half, and then you fit them into a casserole dish.
Okay.
And then you're gonna take your marinara sauce, season it, because out of a can marinara sauce is not very good. Make sure to season your sauce.
Season your sauce.
And then you put that on a thin layer so the bread gets soaked in it and it gets nice.
Okay. This sounds like a Chicago sub.
And then you're gonna throw mozzarella on top of that. And then you're gonna throw your meatballs on top of that. And then you want like almost like an herb / Parmesan cheese type thing to
Okay.
throw on top of that.
Uh-huh.
And then more sauce.
And then more sauce.
And then if you want more cheese, whatever. And then you throw it in the oven and then you give it to the people.
Give it to the people.
I don't actually know if it'll be good. That's why we're trying it before we give it to them.
Right. That
And if
I always
not,
forget.
This sounds good.
if it's not, I'm just gonna go buy them a rotisserie chicken. From
It's always a
Samsung.
solid option.
Okay, there is a food chain in Chicago that's my favorite.
Is it Giordano's?
No, Giordano's is good, but it's
Whoa.
Now, see,
Bro, what?
I'm Luminitas. I think that one's better, and I hear that it's the battle between Giordano's and Luminitas. I like Luminitas a little bit better, but no, it's a food chain, kind of fast foodish, deep dish. No, deep dish sandwiches. It's got. I always think of like a dog when I hear the name. Like a puppers. I think it starts with this S.
Schlotzky's.
No. Keep going, though. You gotta help me out, man.
know.
You're from Chicago.
I lived there until I was 10. I was ignorant of everything around.
Let's see.
And we didn't go outside a whole lot because people get shot there. You laugh.
No, it's
But
just
that's actually
no.
fine.
It's just this is
That's why
not
we
the
laugh.
usual Miguel, and I love it. Just throwing shade left and right tonight. I love it.
No, it's not shade, it's the truth. That's why we moved. Because someone got shot while our street
Oh
corner.
gosh.
My dad was like, nope, we out.
Damn.
And then we moved to Arkansas. My mom was very against it, and my dad was like, well, if you want to stay, you can stay, but I'm taking the kids.
Oh
And
wow.
she was like, what?
Was that real?
Yeah.
Well,
My
I'm
dad
glad.
just wanted a better place to raise his kids.
I'm glad that it worked out.
So we moved to the honky tonk of the Midwest. Fortunately, it's not that bad. It is still illegal to marry a cousin in Arkansas.
Oh, nice.
So we got that going for us.
A little bit of culture, I like it.
No, it's a good place, especially the part of Arkansas I live in. I love it. It's good. It's awesome. There's not a whole lot to do yet. Could always go to Fayetteville and get drunk. It's a college town, so like they have like lines of bars. And when I worked at the U of A a couple summers ago, everyone was like, "Yo, you gotta come with us." I'm like, "Okay, but I don't drink." And they're like, "Yeah, we don't care. Just come with us." I'm like, "Okay, but I don't drink." And no one ever asked me to. Also, I could not afford to drink.
Right?
It's expensive.
I mean, I have a bad enough habit of buying energy drinks.
And Warhammer models. Between like Warhammer models, I could not drink.
Warhammer is expensive.
I wonder if it's more expensive than drinking that.
Warhammer?
don't
I
think so.
mean, you got
In the long run, I
the-
don't think so.
in the long run, no. Especially, it depends on what type of drinker you are and comparing it to what type of Warhammer player you're observing. Because if you're observing
The
someone like
casual
if you're
Warhammer
observing
player.
the casual, normal Warhammer player, then I would say that person goes through 5 armies, and then
What?
right?
In their lifetime?
No,
Or like at a time.
I'd say over like a 20-year span, a normal, healthy collector would go through 5 armies.
You're saying 4 years per fully fleshed out army.
Sure, yeah.
Not 2,000 points, but like more. Like you have options.
Yeah, maybe here or there. But then I'm saying that like, if you compare it to someone like me, who's very indecisive and also just loves all of Warhammer and just wants it all, then yeah, that's 20 to 30 armies in 3 years, and that racks up really quickly.
It's true. I think reasonably, you could finish an army in a year.
Right, but what I'm saying is that like a normal person would finish that army and play with the army and never have to pay money on Warhammer again.
That's dumb.
Well,
Why would I buy one army?
see, and you and I think the same, but I know there are people.
I know 0 people who have one army and are satisfied.
Okay, no, neither do I.
I was like, do you know somebody? You know more people than I do.
I don't know if I do. I mean, actually, kind of my cousin. My cousin is a hardcore
Deathwatch?
player. But at the same token, he and his wife are collecting Battle Sisters for his wife. But he's played with them a few times because he wants to try them out, have fun. So,
He wants cooler models.
yeah.
Dude, the Deathwatch all are just like other models are real like squatty.
Squatty?
Yeah, because Deathwatch doesn't get Primaris Marines, right?
No, they get Primaris Marines.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do now.
Mm-mm.
Yes, they do.
You can't take because you can't. You have to take Deathwatch models. You can't just take Primaris models and throw on the thing.
Yes, you can.
No, you cannot.
Yeah, yes, you can.
There's no way.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, you can.
I refuse to believe this.
No, I won't even say that I'm almost 100% sure. I'm 100% sure that you can.
Chat, if he's wrong.
No, you
Evan owes
can.
me an
You can
orc
have because that's the whole point of Death Watch is that your squads are highly customizable, and so like you can have an Inceptor even in one of your squads, just one Inceptor, not the squad of 3. You can have an Aggressor. See, I see that face. You're reading your demise right now. Yeah, no. Well, honestly, and the way that my cousin's done it, like, very kit bashed. Like, they look great, actually. Yeah. The biggest drawback, I think.
Well,
maybe
they actually sell Deathwatch Primaris Intercessor as a box.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Like with the big like thing for them right now, where people don't run Primaris, is that like you can't have them in the Corvus Blackstar, which is stupid.
Because Primaris only fit in repulsors.
Right. Yeah, and the Corvus Blackstar, like that is their flying unit, you know, and so I know there's a lot of beef about that.
You can't buy the Primaris Deathwatch like kit in the US though.
Okay.
That's weird. I don't know why.
I wonder if maybe they're having stock problems and it's maybe a newer kit.
No, it's not. Maybe, but it's just like not an option.
That's weird.
See,
Why
because
would
look,
that
this
be?
is the kit, right?
Yeah.
Which actually looks really sick. But then, because you want the specific kit, because you want their guns. Like Deathwatch have a specific gun with like the half kilo and stuff. When you go to US, it doesn't exist.
Dude,
Yo, Games Workshop, what's up, man?
that's weird.
We arguably buy more of your stuff than Europe does.
Well, yeah,
And we get no love.
Did you hear that statistically 40K is bought and played more in the US than the UK?
Well,
The
yeah.
other way around for Age of Sigmar. They played more Age of Sigmar than 40K, which is so weird.
That's because we don't care about Age of Sigmar. Age of Sigmar is not a great competitive game.
It's not. No, it's very
And I
much a
think-
casual play.
And I think Europe and the UK has a big community of it being like a pub game, where like let's all get some beers and some snacks and play Age of Sigmar.
And have a fun time seeing
Yeah.
escape and blow each other.
yeah. Whereas America's like,
Let's
I
get
want to be
this
competitive.
competition on.
Yeah, you know, like if it's not competitive, it's not worth it.
That's fair.
Kind of mentality.
Yeah.
Because we kind of have that mentality about everything. Like, the U.S. is not chill about anything it does. Like, Commander here, too competitive. You know?
Uh-huh. Sports,
Sports.
driving on the highway.
Yeah. They go too fast. Well, people should learn how to drive before they go fast. What else? Yeah. You would think we
having
would get more
kids.
love from Games Workshop. My biggest beef is that the Death Card exclusive Space Marine Heroes were only released in Japan.
Oh, those kits you're talking about, like the booster pack kits.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Those
why?
are cool.
Like, why? I don't know the demographics or the number of people in Japan that play 40K, but can I have them too?
Can I have them too?
Dude, I would buy so many of those. I would.
How many characters did they come out with those?
There are, I believe, 6, and then there is one that you get only in their like specific Space Marine Hero Death Card Learn How to Paint kit. Like, you can't
okay.
get that any other way.
Interesting.
And it's currently $75 on eBay for one model and some paints.
Well, good luck, Miguel.
You could pay $100 plus like $20 shipping from Japan for the Space Marine Hero box.
I mean, maybe.
I'm just gonna wait till it comes out here. 'Cause
Do you think it will though?
Well, the last two have.
But the Terminator and the normal one.
Well, yeah, because the first one was like Space Marines, and it was like supposed to be Ultramarines because they were blue,
Yeah.
and the second one were all in Terminator armor,
Right.
and it was meant to be Blood Angels.
Yeah.
Which I actually have one of each of those. I don't know that anyone wants them. I probably will never paint them.
I actually know someone who wants them. So if
Really?
you're ever looking to offshoot, yeah, I do
Dude,
know
I'm
someone.
always looking to offshoot those. I have like the Space Marine guy where he's like on his knee and he has like a rocket launcher.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sick.
Well, we're gonna call it a night, but let's just gonna kind of show what we got.
Drugs.
So all the bits and trinkets. There we got these guys. They're coming
base
along.
coated, ready to
Yeah,
go.
they're base coated. He's batch painting, and then we have
Dude, that's so sick.
nice. Yeah, I'm loving them. I love the transition on the tentacles. You did a good job.
Thank you.
And the bright red too. Well,
Dig it.
thank you for joining tonight. We will be back with painting on Thursday, but also streaming tomorrow's board game. So
Ooh.
hope
What are
you
you gonna
guys
play?
have. Huh?
What are you gonna play?
We haven't decided just quite yet, but we'll get one.